So I want to spend the first little bit talking about why Paxton should join TikTok.
Try to convince me because I've been reading a lot about it and I am not convinced.
Oh, well, can we start there?
Let's do it.
Which is actually a good pitch because if I'm a salesperson for TikTok, the first thing that I'm going to do is go to you and say, hey, so like, where are you at? Like, what do you know about TikTok? And like, what are your hesitations?
So as a person, not as a marketer, so just as an individual, number one, China, like they're Chinese based, and I say screw China. So that is a huge thing for me. Number two, from what I can see, it's just like a bunch of funny things or whatever, and funny is awesome, but I'm not going to sign up to a new platform just for funny things, just so I can waste even more time.
What are you wasting your time on now?
Twitter.
Oh, you just convinced me that Twitter isn't a waste of time last week.
No, I mean, it's not, it can be, or you can prevent it from being a waste of time. It depends on who you follow. So I follow some accounts that are like funny and not like inspiring or whatever. And I'd say that's a waste of time, but I'm fine with that. But I'm not gonna. I'm not dying to add more waste of time to my life. So that's why I'm not a big fan of TikTok. As a marketer, however, the numbers are very impressive, and I think knowing it and getting on it, depending on your brand, is a smart move. But just as a user, I don't see myself using it.
Yeah, actually, as a user, I don't see you using it either.
You're doing a terrible job, Jacob, at selling this thing.
Well, you know what? I'm not. If I actually think that something is of value to someone, I think I could sell the shiz out of it. But I'm not the guy who's going to go get a job at a bank, and when someone comes in and I know they have problems with debt, I'm not going to upsell them on a credit card. Okay, that's not who I am. So if Paxton's telling me that he's already wasting his time and is not looking for something else to waste his time, I'm not going to sell him on something that's going to waste his time. Because as a user, that's exactly what TikTok is it's a waste of time. But
it doesn't have to be, though. Like, there's educational content on TikTok, if that's what you want.
But there is. But if you want to be educated, you don't go to TikTok, okay?
But I think that's going to change.
Maybe. And by educational, I think you're referring to, and you mentioned this on our last episode, you're referring to the old guy who teaches, I think his shtick is, if you don't have a husband in the house, I will teach you how to do the things husbands usually do. Right?
Well, I am a husband. I don't know how to do any of those things.
I will teach you how to No. I will teach you how to plunge a toilet. I will teach you how to unclog the sink. I will teach you how to just these little things. I will teach you how to change a battery in a smoke detector. Okay? That's like his
he's a little more advanced than
teaching.
But sure.
That's teaching.
Yes. But it's like that. And like, there's another woman I follow who she was like she's a long time like HR recruiter in Silicon Valley, worked for a lot of high profile companies. And all she does in her account is give advice to people on how to be headhunted, how to handle the stuff, resume, stuff like that. So there's business educational stuff. I get a lot of marketers where they're just like doing marketing advice. It's all just within like 60 seconds. Gary Vaynerchuk, his is like, I swear it's the same content everywhere. Sometimes he'll do stuff that's a little bit more catered towards the TikTok audience. But if that's what you constantly engage with, like, man, I guarantee you, Paxton could go in and type in beekeeping and watch a few videos on beekeeping. TikTok takes note of that. And as Paxton uses it, by 3 days, Paxton will be able to open up his TikTok and he'll get content that is geared towards Paxton's mind. That's how much content it is.
I kind of hate algorithms that do that.
What?
Like you watch one video on how to mow your lawn and suddenly YouTube thinks that's all you care about is lawn mowing. Yeah.
It's more sophisticated.
I actually think TikTok, I do. I think TikTok has the best algorithm as far as showing you that, that's bold. As far as showing you the content that you care about, based on what you've, I think it's sophisticated. I don't know exactly. I don't know. I don't even know if it's out there. But I play Call of Duty. I play Warzone, and I love the Warzone tips on TikTok. And when I get on, 50% of what it shows me is the Warzone tips, and it's like perfect. It's perfectly catered to me. So that's interesting. So Paxton, when he was talking about beekeeping, I thought, oh, there's a angle that I didn't think about. Maybe there is a place for Paxton on TikTok. But now you're saying
he's the
no,
beekeeping guy.
I don't want.
As a side note, I'm just saying all platforms. I hate, like Amazon does this too. You search for one thing one time, and it thinks you're just completely obsessed with whatever that thing is.
Yeah. And TikTok starts out that way.
I think it's better.
So I was actually doing some. I was doing some research on TikTok. So TikTok is owned by ByteDance. They're based in Beijing, worth estimated $100 billion. And the interesting thing, so one thing, Musical.ly, I assume you guys have heard of Musical.ly. Musical.ly was acquired by TikTok / ByteDance, which is the whole music beginnings. But their core product is actually not TikTok. It's a product in English. It translates to headlines. Actually, let me share. I have their website pulled up. Let me share my screen here.
Real quick, while you're doing that, can you take that 90-cent floor bottle down? There's no product placement going on here.
I'm under I just have to. Sorry.
Really? Because they're not paying us.
It's a contract. It's like.
What do you mean a contract?
LeBron.
Why haven't I seen a contract about product placement?
LeBron wears Nike in a game. It's not an NBA thing. It's a LeBron thing. 97th floor. It's
enough that Paxton's wearing their swag.
I assume you guys see this website, right?
This is almost all I wear these days. No joke.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Brandon.
You see this, right?
I
my
see
screen.
I see your screen.
And if you're just listening to this, it basically, this is their core product. It started out as like essentially a news recommendation system, kind of like what Apple News, Google News type stuff does. But it's basically and I have it translated, so stuff looks messed up, but it's essentially like inbound.org and Reddit together. And they just kind of scrape stuff, and it's all hosted on a website. But so apparently it's kind of like Dig, but again, Dig is linking out to places. This still like pulls in like original content, whatnot. But apparently the more like when you actually look into the beginnings of this software, it's all about machine learning. Like their machine learning abilities are apparently insane. They have like a huge, I think, patent on like some AI thing that they have. But so
share that again.
Was that?
Share that again.
Let me go back. AI, like machine learning, is their thing, which is why TikTok is so powerful from the get-go, because they had already mastered the art of delivering stuff. So this is their main website, but I guess the technology will actually, it'll send text messages, images, polls. It has microblogs as part of this. And once you sign up for an account and you start interacting, this homepage and everything becomes insanely intelligent to where you're served the information and discussions and whatnot around you. And that's not new. Like a lot of softwares do that, right? Like just recommendation systems, but they are apparently insanely good at it. And they have deals with Microsoft and a lot of American companies who are trying to also use like the similar machine learning type stuff. So that's why TikTok is so good. TikTok is actually so addicting. I learned in my research, they had to, in 2018, add a feature that after 90 minutes of use, it would pop up suggesting that you take a break from the app, because so many people were having 90 plus minute sessions on their app. And it was such a problem with addictions that they actually threw that on the app. They actually have two TikTok versions. So there's the version we use
side
and
of
the
the
Chinese
argument.
Well, no, now they have that. I've never hit 90 minutes, I guess. But real quick,
I think it's 90 minutes consecutive.
Yeah. What do you think the odds are that they translated watermelon correctly?
Probably not very high. But I also wonder, like, yeah, scraping, stuff like that. I mean, I guess they play by different rules in China, but it's like a lot of this is pretty sure scraped content from other places, but they just have it
probably
all here, and then discussions all
I will
around.
say it is very addicting. So from that standpoint, Paxton, I can't argue against it, but it's addicting because it's serving up the content that it knows that I just love. I just can't let it go. It's also the only platform, and this I don't think you care as much about, but it's the only platform where I just like belly laugh. Like it's just like I laugh out loud. I'm just watching. I'm just laughing so loud, and I feel like a fool. But I don't know. That's from a user standpoint.
I mean, that's a compelling point, I think.
But the search algorithm, I think it's smart. I think it's very, very smart. And it doesn't just look at things you like. It looks at the things that you're spending time watching. So I could go up and I stop and it knows that's what I'm stopping on. I don't have to engage any other way. And then I go up and it knows now that's the kind of stuff that it should be. And even within the same, like it doesn't have to, it's like a live algorithm change to where the very next flick up could be changed from how much time I spent on the previous video.
That's pretty
Anyway.
cool.
Paxton, were you a fan of Vine?
No.
Oh, did you try out Vine, or were you like, screw Vine? Looks like a waste of time.
I never got on the platform, but I did see Vines on other platforms like Reddit.
I thought the concept of Vine was stupid.
I remember, I think Jacob was the one that got me into Vine because you were doing some original Vines. Just like at the office, you were like recording little random stuff.
Yeah, I'm interested to know, are either of you guys actually creating content on TikTok, or are you just consuming?
I mostly consume, but I create. Jacob creates.
Really?
I don't create all the time, but I've got like stuff that I'll do. So
What does one call an individual TikTok post?
a TikTok.
A TikTok.
I got to post a TikTok. It's kind of like I guess that's what it's called, which is kind of interesting how that is. It's like you don't say like, I'm going to go post to Twitter. You say I'm going to go tweet something. But here it's
Yeah,
just
I would have thought it was like
that.
a tick or something.
Yeah, I got to post a tick. No, everyone just says like, I'm doing a TikTok.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I'm doing a TikTok.
Hey, wife, leave me alone. Kids, get out here. I'm doing a TikTok.
I walked into someone TikToking. It was super awkward. So that's the verbiage. I feel like Paxton should, just for the sake of the show and experimentation, Paxton gets a TikTok for a week and he reports back next week and he either says, I trashed it or I'm keeping it.
So I have to hand over all my data to China.
So here's
This
another
experiment.
thing. It's
Well-
not owned by the Chinese government, but there are accusations that they are working hand in hand with the Chinese government.
Let's be
pretty
real.
much
China
any
already has our
Chinese
information.
company is owned by the Chinese government.
It's a
There's
gray
no
area.
Chinese company. There's no Chinese company that operates independently of the Chinese government. That's crazy.
Did you have problems with the Face app when it being owned by Russia?
Yeah, I never did it. Other people did it and sent it to me, but I never did it.
So the Russians don't have your info. Is that what you're saying?
They had my face because other people put pictures of me in it.
That's funny. So Jacob, you are under the assumption you operate with the mindset of everybody already has my information, might as well get something out of it.
No, that's not my mindset. It's more alarming than that. It's basically these companies or these governments have so many people's information that having mine as one little thing in there, I can't imagine them being able to do anything with it
So let me ask you
or
this.
care. I don't know.
If I say Paxton, if I say, okay, boomer, does that mean anything to you?
Does it mean anything?
Like, have
Like,
you heard
do I
that?
know what it means? Yeah.
Do you know what that means? What
Yeah.
about Karen?
Yes.
Do you
Wait,
know?
why are you asking him this stuff? I don't know what
Yeah.
OK Boomer means.
What are you kidding
You
me?
never heard "Okay, Boomer"?
These
No,
all
I've never heard
originated.
that.
These all originate out of TikTok now, and
No.
then they make their way to
No.
Twitter.
No,
Yeah, they
no,
do.
no,
Oh,
no.
okay, Boomer started with TikTok. Karen
No way.
started with TikTok.
I've never
No.
heard of OK
Visco
Boomer.
girl.
I've heard Karen like for years. It's like Becky.
it popularized out of TikTok.
No,
You can look
Hey,
it up.
that's
refuse to
different.
believe
That's
that.
different. You can't say it originated and then backpedal and say it.
Okay. The boom of Karen over the last
Okay,
year
boom.
or so. But you wait, Jacob, you seriously have not heard "Okay, Boomer"?
I don't know what
crazy.
okay boomer is.
It's like an
it's
insult.
like it's something you say to an older person to like dismiss them. It's like
Yeah.
your thoughts are so stupid. Like, okay, boomer, like it's baby boomer.
It'd
That's
be like-
hilarious.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
to
guys
call
I
really
love that.
shouldn't do
boomers-
that. You guys really shouldn't do that. Okay, Boomer. Okay, Boomer.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Well, have you ever said it to anybody?
No,
It's not
jokingly.
like our generation. It's like it's a generational war between us. Or
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
above
Gen,
below
yeah,
us.
it's Gen Z attacking
And boomers.
But in reality, they're usually not attacking boomers. Like Gen X gets caught up in it, and they just think that Gen X is boomers, and then
'Cause they're
older
old.
millennials. It's like, okay, boomer. It's like I'm only 40. I'm not a boomer. I'm Gen X. But to a Gen Z, it's just like it's kind
You're
of
like,
become
all right,
like
fine,
a,
whatever. Karen. I don't. What, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
Karen.
calm down, Karen. Calm down, Karen. And then it just
So
goes.
you know
to
what
insult.
Karen you know what Karen is, right?
I know Karen. Yeah, I know Karen.
Okay.
I know Karen.
All of these insults. That's the other thing. Like the marketer in me also, like, I feel like a lot of these worldwide trends get either start or get kicked off mainstream in an app like TikTok. And so then it's like you kind of understand the lingo. Right. There's already, what's another one? Simp.
I feel
That's
like
another
if you're
one
on
I don't
Reddit-
know.
Simp?
Yeah.
Simpleton?
Is that what it is? A simp?
I'm pretty sure.
I just thought Dr. Phil is on TikTok, okay? And he was just
You're
asking.
you're not making a good case for TikTok.
You're not a Dr.
Oh,
Phil guy.
If Dr.
Well, let
Phil's
me-
on there, sign me
let me-
up.
Let me say this about TikTok, and this is just one insight that I've noticed. Typically, I think on most other platforms, you have celebrities. Celebrities are on all the platforms, and I think TikTok within the last 12 months has really attracted celebrities, which is kind of fun. But on most other platforms, the celebrities are starting their own trends, whereas on TikTok, they're following the trends of like the common people. If that makes sense. It's almost an inverse where you look on Instagram to see fashion, like what are they wearing? What are they doing? What are they, what are they spending their money on? And when you see the celebrities on TikTok, no joke, they are just riding the coattails of the common person who came up with the next trend. They're not,
I feel like
it's not a place for them.
I feel like that's just Reddit. I think you get all of that plus more on Reddit.
Reddit's just curating content, though. Like,
No, it's
TikTok
not.
is all original. Reddit's just
No.
like the front
Reddit's
page.
not
It's
just
like, here's
curating.
what's cool.
That's
It's
my understanding.
curating
of Reddit.
and creation of content. They're original posts.
You're talking about, well,
OC, man.
I'm not a big Reddit person, and that's another thing where I think it would be really easy for me to convert. And it's not that I'm not interested; it's just not a part of my normal behavior. I like Reddit when I go there for certain things, but it's mostly text-based content, which again is depending on your preference as a consumer, it could be better. I'm more of a video person, but I do agree that to some extent, Reddit can be curated to your own. Right? Doesn't the homepage
100%.
change
It's also
to what
not
you're?
just text.
I know it's not just text, but it's mostly just text.
Yeah, Reddit. I mean, yeah, Reddit has
don't
its
think so.
own appeal. Like,
It's
if
the
you're,
best content from all. Like it's the front. They call it the
front page of the internet.
Front page of the internet for good reason.
I don't think Reddit and TikTok though are. I think they both are great. Like, I don't think they compete in a sense of like, oh,
I
TikTok
don't think so either.
It's just a Reddit.
I don't
They're two
think you
different-
pick one over the other.
for time.
Yeah,
Like if
That's true.
I don't have time to spend on
but
all
in
these
that case,
platforms all day.
Facebook is competing against the Harry Potter book series.
Sure.
It's like, what are we gonna do?
And if we're going to argue about what's the best use of our time,
Sure.
then that's a valid.
So wait,
that's, that's what I'm saying. That,
Of
that
those
my
two,
whole
which would you
argument-
pick?
Facebook or Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I mean neither. Harry Potter, probably Harry Potter.
Oh, I truly have like a big part of my heart is dedicated to you guys. Like you make me feel good. Oh, I love that. Harry Potter.
So Paxton is going to download TikTok then this next week. Try it out.
Come
Or
on,
is the
Pax.
Chinese really that big of a concern
Listen,
for you?
Listen, you guys
Just put in fake info.
had me all into. No, I wasn't into it, but you had me. You're like, oh, Snapchat's where it's at, guys. Snapchat, and I did for this show a 30-day experiment on Snapchat, and here we are, Snapchatless. Who
Hey,
uses
I
that
hate
anymore?
Snapchat.
I've always been
I
skeptical of
wasn't in on that. I
Snapchat.
never downloaded Snapchat.
The only
No.
network I've ever really pushed and ultimately was wrong on was Google Plus.
No,
even
no,
still-
no. Cyberdust.
I never
Yeah.
pushed Cyberdust
You
Oh,
down.
yes,
pushed
you did.
Cyberdust.
Yes, you did.
I still use
You were big
Cyberdust,
on
by the way.
Cyberdust.
What? Who's on there?
You and who else?
People use it. You still
For
just have
what?
conversations with people.
When was the
Around
last
whatever-
time you were on Cyberdust?
I don't know, like 3 days ago.
Really?
It's called Dust now.
Oh, well, okay. Sorry.
It's okay. Learn your facts. Okay, learn your facts.
You're
But
still
yeah,
on Dust.
I agree. It's
Cyber-
not.
Are you on Dust for personal or for Tech Audit TV?
Yeah, just personal. Not like I don't run like a Tech Audit TV.
Well, who are
account.
you talking to? Like Dust is for like friends and stuff, and like sending nude pics of yourself.
Yeah, that's what I do all day. I just send nude
To
pics.
who?
Just
To
people,
who?
whoever
Where do
wants
you
to,
think he got that new chair, man?
whoever wants, and they send donations. Hey, it works out.
Okay. All right. Pax, can we get at least 7 days of you on TikTok?
7 days.
And you have to get on once a day for 15 minutes.
Do you like connect with people? Like,
Nope.
Is there? So you won't know whether or not
No,
I
you
actually did
do.
it.
You do. No. I mean, you
Oh, you
can,
can.
but if you
That's
want
what's
your
cool
if you
about
want
it.
your For You page, right? So here's a little education. You have your followers that you can flip through, or you can swipe to a For You page, which is a mix of people you follow and the like. If you want your For You page, which is where I spend most of my time, curated to you, then you'll want to follow people at the very beginning, and then after. Honestly, I don't know if a week is long enough for it to really get curated, but I'll take a week. If I can get a week, I'll be happy.
I think a
with
week's long enough.
A week
I'll
of,
do
of
it.
minimum 15 minutes per day on TikTok, and then we'll report back next week. I guess we haven't established when we're going to record again, but minimum last week. Well, you
Tuesday.
have to go a week, but
Okay.
okay.
I'll do it.
And then we'll report back. We're out of time. This is awesome. If you've enjoyed this episode, leave a review. Smash the subscribe button. This is a shorter episode, but gosh, I had a lot of fun. This was fun. Also, no more intros. We're done with intros. We're just going to dive right in.
Boom.
Yeah, intros is so 2019. It's like
So
people are done with that
2019.
crap.
Cool. Love you guys. Ciao.